Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reviews where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Kimberly Baluzo titled Elephant Love. And if we switch over to here we have ourselves a track on YouTube, the DM Music and Art channel, we're going to listen through it from start to finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go! Elephant Love. Kind of a poignant piano accompaniment here.
Memories stay with me forever, though we've grown farther.
Shout out for including the subtitles down the bottom. Very helpful. I know it's a lyric video, but still, it doesn't go across the screen. Great sub-bass resonance to that kick there.
It's so damn heavy, heavy, heavy. The love I carry, carry, carry weighs too much to let it go. It's so damn heavy, heavy, heavy. No, I can't carry, carry, carry this anymore.
Okay, so the love is too heavy to carry. It's the elephant in the room, right? Okay. I mean, it was a nice bit with the drums. I mean, like, it's nice to have that amount of depth to it. The bass tone's got a bit of grit to it. Things are distinct within the mix. I would have been cool if there was a key change there. You could have potentially rose. I'm wondering if it's a limitation with the vocalist's range, but that would have been dope to have gone up a step or something like that. I mean, the side vocals are kind of sweet and soft. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I'll give you rest." Matthew 11:28. So is it like about spirituality or something like that? Is that the love? See, I'm confused. I don't know if it's a love for someone or a love for like a higher power or something like that. I mean, like, either way, it's fine. Is that meant to be the final nail in the coffin for the definition of it? Dean Mark Hilario Anoza. Hilario Anoza. Songwriter and lyricist. Arranger, Sade Bueno. I've noticed that a lot recently. There's a lot of people that get reviews, and they've just got a massive team of people with them, or even like a few other people involved. It's kind of interesting. I think we've gone back to a point with commercial sort of pop music and stuff like that, where we are sort of relying on a wider team now than we used to. I think people are kind of looking to I suppose that's just a better chance for them to have a shot at their career, I suppose, to have a group of people behind them to do individual components well, instead of being like a jack of all trades. And yeah, basically this Elephant Love track is on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all the other digital stream platforms if you want to check that out. Cool. All right, I think we got this one. And welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named Kimberly Baluzo titled Elephant Love. Now, what do I think this track is about? I mean, I think essentially it's about a love that's too big to ignore, even with their broken heart, they just can't contain it. So I think it's maybe sort of like a struggle to sort of control the outpouring of feelings, whether positive or negative, but let's just keep it simple and call it love. Let's just keep it literal for the sake of keeping this collusion more of a sort of an overall review and less of a philosophical discussion. I think that the story is compelling. It's an interesting angle I haven't heard before about the love being too big for the heart, which is kind of dope. The vocals were great. Kimberly's a fantastic singer, great sort of hidden chest voice, great vocal technique, comfortable within their range there. Nice use of vibrato, smooth legato passages there. Nice little bit of coloration, a little bit sort of like Fry, very, very occasionally. Just, very distinct within the mix. Clearly the focal point. The way she sings suits the mood of the track. I think the song at 4 minutes 20 is well fleshed out, seamless transitions between verses and choruses there. There are some quieter sort of instrumental bits, but mainly the vocals for the focal point there. I think we had distinct hook lines which made sense and got the point of the title across, and I think it was effective for what it was trying to accomplish there. Again, I would have preferred a key change, I think, in that last chorus there. I think that would have been had a bit more of sort of like a bigger kind of oomph to it, but I still appreciate the fact that, again, it might have been a limitation with the vocal range. We're just comfortable within that octave and a half there. And it's still fine. It's still fine. I think that the drums were great. If I talk about a few of the instruments that I particularly noticed within this, the drums had a great sort of distinct sort of tone to them. The patterns they had there had a great sort of sense of pace with the 8th and 16th grooves and such like that, but they weren't overempowering. It wasn't a fast song. It was meant to sort of almost feel like you were carrying the weight of what that she was describing on your own shoulders as a listener. I think that there are entrances like with the kicks where there was a great sort of sub-bass resonance. It would go woof, like it had a bit of kind of cinematic presence to it, which was kind of neat. The bass tones that we had there were nice and subtle. I enjoyed those too. They mixed well with the root notes of the chord progressions and stuff like that, and it was very sort of like it was very palatable. I think the keys that we had at the start as well were nicely phrased there. There was a bit of action, intensity going on there. It wasn't the same set of melodies or broken chords the entire time. We developed over time without becoming too much, and it established a nice interpace for all the rest of the instruments to follow along with later on, and also harmonized nicely with the vocals. I think some of the synth elements we had as well later on there, including the sparkles going up into the second verse, that ascension there, that bit of wonderment there, as well as any other sort of bits of foley that were there to kind of add sort of like risers or like extra kind of oscillations into the overall ether were effective as well. Ultimately, I think this is quite a well fleshed out track overall across the frequency spectrum. I think that in general things were well niched. There was a sense of progress throughout the track. My only comment is just the key change going up a step or half step. I understand limitations there, and I don't think having an alternate lead element would have really benefited this track. It does with some, but there was enough diversity, including like with the vocals coming up with the backings on the side eventually. That was a nice little bit of sort of like a warmth on those 100% to kind of make it a bit sort of bigger and brighter. The theme overall was It wasn't like a revolutionary chord progression. I don't think that was the point. They were trying to make a palatable single that people could enjoy and sort of recognize and feel content and safe within whilst the singer told their story. And I feel overall that was effective. There was nothing sort of musically or compositionally incorrect about it. There didn't need to be spice in it. I think it was just a person kind of working over their feelings and thoughts and trying to make something that that's easy to listen to. So yeah, I don't think there was a note out of place. I think there was enough diversity across the 3-minute track to make it compelling, and overall, yeah, well done. I think finally the studio recording, mixing and mastering, I think that in general was very good. It was basically sound like a track you could hear on the radio or like on digital streaming services like to a commercial grade. So well done to the studio engineers for that. The vocals sounded nice and present and bright. They were well captured, they didn't sound over-processed. The keys, bass, drums, synths and everything else sounded nicely niched within the frequency spectrum and the stereo field. And overall it was just really well handled. I don't have any complaints about it. It's a situation where I think that there's a certain kind of sound and sort of effect they were going for, and I think they managed to catch that here. I don't really know what they could have done better. And apart from the key change, but that's subjective. And overall, I think, there was dynamic range to it. The amount, again, for commercial grade, there wasn't a huge amount, but there was enough to sort of feel like it wasn't just squashed within the limiter the entire time. With that said, it was nice and loud without pumping, so the bus and bus compression limiting was well handled. And I mean, effectively, this is my review of this track from an act named Kimberly Baluzo, titled Elephant Love, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show them some love via the various social medias and the YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as either hell more than ever thought of crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands out.